So yeah, so I was there for 3 years before I could work my way in town. But became a driver after I had 5 years on. Drove a ladder truck for 10 years. Became a captain. Was a captain on the same truck for a while before I got where I'm at now. But so through that amount of time, got married when I was at the first department.
Idiot.
Yeah. We had a child. Then she passed away 14 years ago. She was 2.5. So that event, up until that event, the deal with the girls was kind of like the big life changer for me. Then that event happened. She was 2.5, and so that just totally rocked my world. And and my wife, my ex-wife.
I couldn't even imagine that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it was such an unreal experience. Totally unexpected. I mean, she had a heart condition, but it wasn't anything that we expected to have any major issues with. I think she threw a blood clot. That morning, it was cold out like this. I got up, went in there to tell her bye before I went to work. She was sleeping in her bed, and she was kind of snoring, which wasn't overly strange for her, but something didn't feel quite right. But she was kind of moved around a little and stuff. I'm like, okay, we're good. My ex-wife, she was getting ready for work and stuff too. She's a nurse, and so went on to the station, and we're sitting there around the table in the morning, and I hear a call come in. Address didn't even register in my brain. I heard a call come in for a non-breather, and I was like, and it hit me. What hit me, I was just like, because it was icy and snowy out and stuff. I'm like, man, what a crappy day to have to deal with that, And then I heard him say, fire department member or something like that, and they added a chief to the call. I'm like, man, that's really weird. And then when they repeated it, then I caught my address, and I knew the only people there was my wife and my daughter. And I'm like, what is happening? And so I holler at my captain, and I'm like, that's my house. And he's like, let's go. And he goes, and I was a driver at the time, and he goes, you're not driving though. So we jumped on the rig and just made a flying trip up there. My wife called in the meantime, and when she went in to wake her up, she started having seizures and stuff. So ambulance gets there, go to the hospital. They transferred her to the Children's Hospital downtown. We're there for 9 days. Then we had to make the decision. She had like very little brain activity. They think she had a blood clot that went to her brain and caused a bunch of damage. So we had to make the decision what to do. She could either live on, life support for who knows how long, or we could, let her go. So that's what we did. So I held her as she passed, which to me, I got to be the first one to hold her when she was born and the last one to hold her, as she passed. So for me, I kind of bookended her life, but she was an amazing kid. That kid taught me so much for a 2.5-year-old about life in general,